Hey, what's up? What's happening? Welcome to the party. I just had to play with that water bottle again. I'm trying to recreate what I had done out in the atmosphere where there's rain. And I'm having a hard time doing that. I believe that the spray is just too big. It needs to be something quite fine. And I'll show you that later. This here is just incredible. If it was just truly from the grease, from the frying pan, I'm sure people would have experienced this. Oh, there's the old man there, laughing his ass off, having a good time. Randy truly loves doing what he loves to do. I mean, if something seems to get me off and turn me on, I know that it's good, and it's an experience worth sharing. I've been doing it my whole life. Didn't really know why when I was younger, but I think I'm coming to learn why. And notice these orbs here. They, you got what? You got water and oil, and then you got your creature. And that is a combination. There's three right there. And you can see that I just keep laying it on and trying to make something go down, make it happen. And those streamers, those are all microbes. That just ain't water blasting by. I stopped spraying a while back, and that's them. You can see the water, the little silver like diamonds, and that mist and the micro. To me, it's fascinating as hell. I've never seen anybody do this before. I wish I had. I enjoy others people's work just as well as I do mine. And I'm glad that I finally stumbled onto something that I think's worth doing and worth sharing. I had seen my own UFO years ago, back in '89, and it took me like 3 years to come down from looking for UFOs, you know what I mean? And I had to get it through my head. Dude, you've seen one. You know that they're real. I just wanted one on video. And I'm glad that I'm able to capture this, to just talk about it, and not really to be able to show it. That's absolute torture. You're always the guy who's just full of BS. And I'm not. I got something to back up at least my stories. It's not like a fish story. And here where we're talking about, here's a spray bottle. See that hole? I think in order to get what I need, it has to be like a quarter of that. And I believe it would be like a jet for a carburetor that just throws in a fine mist. And these microbes will operate with it. And it's so fine. I don't think the microbes like the water that I'm doing, because I turned on the camera a few minutes ago. It's been about 3 hours, and one comes out and he leaves, man. I go, buddy, he just jams. So who knows, I could be spraying holy water on them. After all, I am a prophet, and which self-appointed, and that's New Testament. I'm not God by any means. The closest I can get is a likeness. I'm not like the fortunate Pope who proclaims to be Christ. And I wouldn't want to be. And see, that's what showed up in that window. That black, ominous, whatever it is. It's scary. And what's funny, it doesn't really have to be the devil. All right? Now here's a sunbeam that came in the room, and I captured these these serpents, snakes, vipers, worms, whatever you want to call them, you can see that there are some creatures in there. And here's what we're trying to chase down. And here's what I've been showing you all along. And now we're going to see this. There it goes. That's a fairy, people. That's a genuine example of a rod. And notice the bulk of it. In the beginning and towards, as it goes past the screen, it does what? It all goes back to the tail end. It has no wings whatsoever. And there's Mother. And there's no rain in the air that night whatsoever. And if that face right there, you think that was pareidolia? I'm afraid not. And how about this right here? And then you hear in the video, look at that, three-dimensional there. You know why that was red? Because the building out in front is all red. So it was casting a red tint in the room. Anyway, they finally painted it. Now it's like a dark blue. And you really can't see it in the room. It's just maybe not as bright as it was. Now look at the texture of the orbs. They look like they're half moons. They're loaded with something. I'm not going to do this all the time to them. I kind of feel sorry for them. I don't do it to be mean. I'm just experimenting. You know what I mean? If I'm doing something with paranormal, I want to really come up with some proof, and I would like it to be new. You know what I mean? I've watched this stuff for 40 years, and we haven't got any further than what we did. No, we haven't got any further than we had over 40 years ago. The same old, same old. Good night.